how to understand the tactics of other people. These conversations which require you to say no, they are a form of negotiation. We've talked about working out your position, negotiating with yourself, working out your boundaries. But then it's also very, very useful to think through the other person's position. What are they likely to do? And what do I need to be prepared for? Most of us, we're going in with some kind of fear of missing out or not being respected or thought of well. The potential for others to pull our strings is pretty high. So, forewarned is forearmed. Knowing that it's going to happen, that gets you halfway there. Then what can we do about it? So what are the different types of tactics that other people can use, and what are some of the options that are there for you to deal with them? So first things first, we've got the fear-based decision. That's probably the big one for a lot of us. So it could be fear of missing out. If I don't do this, I'll miss out on something. Or they're not going to like me, they're not going to respect me. Or just fear of disappointment or somebody getting angry, fear of conflict. Well, we'll talk about caring less in another lesson, but the truth of it is, fear has to be faced. It's the only way to deal with it. But knowing that it's coming does actually make it easier. Because the chances are the fear that you're facing isn't actually anywhere near as bad as you think it is. The second one is what I call social pressure. So the other person, so for example, if it's a peer or a colleague or a friend or a neighbour who's asking you to donate some money to some sort of school charity or something like that, rather than saying, would you like to donate, they will say, hi, I'm collecting money for my daughter's soccer team. Everybody else is giving $10 or $20. What would you like to give? They've almost taken the no off the table for you, potentially. Given you a choice of $10 or $20. They've created the expectation that everybody else is doing it. This is an awkward one. It has to be faced into. You can give the straight no. You can go for the avoidance. You can say, I don't have any money on me now. Now, some of that stuff will come back to bite you because chances are that they'll follow you up later on. Or you could give the no but. I'm afraid we donate money to some other cause. We concentrate all of our giving to some other cause, and therefore I don't have anything left in the budget for that. I'm sorry. I wish you all the best. At the end of the day, you have to let them down. But the way you do it can make a big difference. The next one is what I call the drip commitment, or the drip yes. So it's a gradual commitment. This one happens at work often. So you may feel that somebody's trying to get you to do something or to look after something. They may not start with the straight out, could you please do this for me? They might just start with the, well, would you mind coming to this meeting with me? And then a day later it might be, actually, since you know more about this, do you mind explaining this to the others? And then potentially it could be, oh, I got a lot on, would you mind running this? Or actually, I can't come now. Would you mind representing me? And before you know it, you're in the awkward position of everybody looking at you and expecting you to look after this whole thing. Again, just because you know about it, that means that you can be prepared for this. So you could, for example, say, yes, I will come to the meeting. However, I need to make it clear up front I don't have capacity to take any of this on. Happy to give my input, but that it will have to stop there. So you've managed expectations. Now they could still come back again, but you've prepared the ground. Or, of course, you could say, you know what, I'm afraid I don't have time to come to that meeting. The final one that I think about is that offer too good to be true, or the offer too good to say no to. So the old adage, if an offer is too good to be true, then it probably is. That definitely holds true. Or the offer too good to say no to. Well, if it is too good to say no to, it might be worth saying yes to. But you need to make sure that you're doing your work. Is what they're offering really going to come through? What can you do now before you say yes to make sure, to guarantee that you're going to get what you're expecting out of this? So spend a bit of time exploring it, getting things in writing or getting a commitment publicly or whatever you think will help you get what you need out of this before you say yes. Remember that time is on your side. The power of negotiation is actually with you because they're coming to you and asking for something. Again, this is a form of negotiation, so in the worst case, if you feel that you probably have to, there's no way out of this, then the question becomes more, what can you ask for in return? What can they take off your plate? How can they help you? How can they adjust the task to make it easier or better or more fun or more meaningful for you? So that is how to understand the tactics of others.